What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we're doing Big Room Techno, just like Will Sparks and Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike. Heard this track, it's like an ID by those guys that I thought was sick, so like, well, let's make something like that. Let's get into it. So, Big Room Techno, it's basically what it sounds like. Techno and big room, nice heavy techno kicks with like those big roomy sort of leads, and yeah, I think it's a sick genre, and Will Sparks does an incredible job of it. So yeah, let's see how I did this. So the first thing you need for a big room techno track is a nice heavy techno kick. And then originally I had like a typical rumble bass, but I just didn't think it hit as hard as it needed to for this track. So I went and put a nice rolling bass line in. And this bass is made up of two layers. We've got the top, and then we've got like a more subby layer. And together they make a really nice rolling bass line that works really well with our kick. Next up, we've got some hats layered under that. Just those typical techno hats. Then we've just got a crash cymbal right at the start of the drop. And then we come on to our lead. This lead is made up of 3 different layers, all made in Vital, all Vital presets. Now those leads might not sound great by themselves, but all together, they sound really good. And they work really well with our kick and bass. And then I felt like it was missing a little bit of something, so I added in this little pluck, which just helps fill out some of that space. And then I felt like it was a little bit repetitive, so to break it up a little bit, I took out the first couple of notes of the second 4 bars of the first part of the drop. I think that makes sense. Anyway, I added this in, which just helps break it up a little bit. So it comes from normal lead into that string and then back into the normal lead, which yeah, again, just helps break up that sound a little bit. And then again, just to help break it up a little bit, I've got this like psy-trancey zap loop. And then as we start transitioning into the second part of the drop where the lead changes, we've got a riser and we've got some snares. And then finally, we bring that stringy orchestral sort of lead back in to help with the transition to the next part of the drop. And that's basically it for the first part of our drop. And in the second part, the lead changes a bit and it's more of a call and response. So in the first bar of this drop, I've changed up the kicks just to make a bit of a different pattern, and then taken out all of the low end of the bass and just got that high end bit. And that really helps just create that sense that it's a new part of the drop and something's changed. And then again, we've just got a riser to help transition in. And we've got some snares. And then the pattern changes slightly for this part of the drop. And then I've added in a new layer and taken out a layer in some parts. So this is the new layer. Just a very typical like Melbourne bouncy sort of lead. And then it's more of a call and response because right here, the new lead gets taken out and the old lead gets put back in. So it creates that call and response and difference in sounds. And again, this new lead is just made in Vital. Well, not even made in Vital again. Just a Vital preset. And then to really cement that change, we've added in some new drums and percussion. And then we've got this percussion loop, which is hitting after every second kick on the offbeat. And then as the drop starts to end, it's pretty simple. Just the response part of the drop gets taken out. It's just that new lead. And then a riser gets added in. It's pretty simple, but that is literally everything I did for this track. It's very, very, very simple, but still incredibly powerful. So that is how you make a Will Sparks, Dimitri Vegas, and Like Mike style techno big room banger. Big room techno banger. Yeah, big room techno banger. But let's have a listen to the final result.